Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Meteoric Ore Blade Katana build guide in Elden Ring. This is an interesting weapon because it has a unique skill here with the charged heavy attack coming out like that, and it deals a ton of damage too, so I'll be going over a full build guide for this weapon as it's a katana that scales mostly off of our strength stat. So with this, we went at level 150 with 50 vigor, 24 mind, 30 endurance with 62 strength. Two-handing this will further boost our strength damage. And I went with 14 dexterity, which is required to equip this weapon, and 18 intelligence, as well as 15 faith and 16 arcane. This allows us to cast a few incantations. Now I'm just going to take care of this Meteoric here, but this charge attack is really cool. It comes out like a kendo style katana attack, so 1254 damage without any buffs is quite nice. As for our buffs, I think it's best to go with the Axe Talisman because that attack comes out very fast, so the Axe Talisman works perfectly there. You can go with Shard of Alexander if you want to use the gravitas weapon art, but I think it's actually better to not focus on that, and you can go with something else like the Blue Dancer Charm if you want to go with a lower equip load, even going further to like Two-Handed Sword Talisman if you have the DLC. That's going to boost the damage quite a bit. And also it's hard to go wrong with like the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia or Millicent's Prosthesis, so go with those if you don't have the DLC, but I'll show the potential with the Two-Handed Sword Talisman. And the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, never a bad idea as well. And then I got in the offhand a dagger with Golden Vow just for a further boost. And then we can also add in another katana with seppuku if we'd like, just to be able to deal a further bit of damage. So that is quite nice. Do require a bit more dexterity, so we do got to use the Millicent's Prosthesis here. So I guess I'll show what that looks like first, because being able to use seppuku is really nice. And it still keeps us on the medium load with 30 endurance. So what this looks like is we're going to start off with our... I would go with the dagger in the offhand to do Golden Vow first, as that's going to be the longest lasting buff, and then we can go with Flame Grant Me Strength. That's why we want the Faith investment. And then we can go with our seppuku here. It's going to trigger blood loss to give us a 30% boost to our damage. Although you can go with the... You can choose to go with the Flame Grant Me Strength route, or you can even put this in the offhanded, two-handed that way. But two-handing this weapon is going to look like that. 2,300 damage, it's insane. So a very strong weapon if you two-hand it with the Axe Talisman, and just to show that off again, that's one-shotting pretty much anything that's not a boss, and it deals a ton of damage to the boss because this attack comes out very quickly. So this is a really fun weapon to use in general, and it comes out very fast. Even if you don't charge it up, you can just go like that, and the attack comes out very quickly. And yeah, it does deal a bit of magic damage in addition to the physical damage, making this a very powerful weapon. So I guess I'll show what this looks like. If we put this in the offhand, we can focus more on jump attacks. So there's a few different ways we can go about using this weapon. I like to have that Yuji Katana on there, and I didn't even show it off with the two-handed talisman, which would further increase the damage. So I guess I'll just go ahead here and equip that to show off the full damage potential of this weapon if we go with the DLC talismans as well. This is actually a pretty good weapon. I'm very impressed with it. The posture damage is quite good as well because that charge attack does come out quickly. So again, we'd start with the Golden Vow from our offhand dagger and then switch up, throw on Flame Grant Me Strength. And then you can start with the Swarm of Flies to be able to trigger the Blood Loss build up. This is going to give us that 30% boost to our damage with Lord of Blood's Exaltation. And then we can just go ahead here with that charge attack, 2,700 damage, incredible amount of damage. So yeah, I'll see if I can get this inflicted on one of the Meteorics with a bit more health so I can show off the full damage potential of this. But it does a ton of damage, 2,100 there. I'm sure we can get even higher to 2,300 without that. So yeah, this is an incredibly strong weapon and an underrated one. I don't see a lot of people talking about this weapon because there's better katanas in the game. Don't get me wrong, this isn't the best weapon ever, but being able to do magic damage as well as that much posture damage with a quick charge attack is very nice. I got taken out there, but the Meteoric Ore Blade in Elden Ring is very strong and an underrated weapon. This was a requested video, so if you have a request too, please leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you all in the next one.